Welcome to the Disneyville podcast, episode 23.
How long will we let that joke go on if you're watching? What is up, everyone? I'm just going to start taking over the intro.
You probably should. You should do it anyway. I'm no good at...
No, you're really
I'm no
good.
good
You
at
got the
nothing.
voice. I love your shirt.
Yeah, this is a goodie. Which apparently, this brand is called Roosevelt's.
I thought it was results.
I always thought it's like RVSLTS. And I was like...
I think it's RS. Yeah, either way.
But it looks like results. So I kept calling it results. Apparently it's Roosevelt's. Apparently it's a big brand a lot of YouTubers wear. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers because I just...
Yeah, you should really fix
But
that.
a lot
That's
of
all
people-
I watch.
But anyway, I love these shirts, and this is probably my favorite one.
It's got the characters all over it.
Yeah, it's a goodie. It's a goodie.
You
and a
got
greatie.
so many questions from people while we were at Disney
where I
last
got
time
it, yeah.
where you got it from. Like
Yep.
a lot.
And they had this exact same pattern, but in black and white too, and that one was cool.
That is cool.
But it was funny because it's obviously got the characters all over it. Felicity, our 2-year-old, the second I got it out of the bag, I opened it up, and she's like, on. And she put it on, and she walked around like it was a dress for a while.
It was
She's
very
like,
cute.
I just, it's got Disney characters on it.
Tie it around her
It's mine.
diaper. And
Of course it's mine.
She's so cute.
Anywho, 2-year-old approved. We're doing a fun episode today, and this is going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit about us, but mostly about you guys, and that's what's going to be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's never have I ever, kind of, because we're not really doing it like never have I ever, where you're raising your fingers or putting your fingers down or taking shots.
I never
I don't know.
remember
What do you do?
the rule.
I don't
I know. I literally am like, yeah, I know how to play it. And then I think about it, I'm like, wait, I put my finger down if I have or have not. I never remember.
Yeah. So
I still don't know.
it's just an episode of like things that we have not done in our million trips to Disney. We still have never done.
That we either want to do or maybe we still don't want to. We'll explain that.
They're like things that I'm like, everyone does these things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how have we not done it yet, even still after all these trips? So it's going to be fun.
It is. And then we asked you guys on our Instagram, which is Disneyville Podcast, if you want to join the conversation, that is how. And y'all came through with some really interesting things you've not done yet. And some of you guys were getting real sassy. Real sassy. And I cannot wait to read it.
It was funny because we kind of decided we were going to do this episode, and then we rattled off all these
Like
things within
15, within
a minute.
15 seconds. Yeah.
So these are all like these ones came to us very quickly. Now, so we'll just kind of go back and forth here.
These are almost all never have we evers because most of our Disney trips have been together. So
Right, exactly.
we're just the same person.
Yeah. Never have I ever
Starting off strong.
had. How much alcohol content is in this kombucha?
I know, right?
Never have we ever wanted to or thought about or considered in any fashion, form, or idea of having in any way, for any reason, under any circumstances, ever had a turkey leg.
Very well
I don't
said.
need reasons for it. Next one.
Yeah. Dude, when I see someone walking by, and we'll get into fisticuffs with our editors, I know, and our friends, because I know Justin likes the turkey leg. And so we were talking to him about it earlier. I'm like, I don't know. Like seeing someone walking around with that red meat stick.
That ostrich leg.
And we are not vegetarians like we meat, but just watching that, I can't wrap my mind.
They've got
around
the
it.
grease dripping from their chins onto their shirts. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
They look
It's just
medieval.
so- Maybe that's what it is. It feels very barbaric.
You could be at a
Like,
Ren fair for all we know. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh my gosh.
not that
So
there's
yeah.
anything wrong with that.
Yeah. So let us know. How do you feel about the turkey legs? Are they good? Like eventually we need to
We're
try
gonna
it.
have
Like
to try it.
we'll split it. Really gross the girls out, I'm sure too.
We should go with someone who actually wants it, so we can just have a bite, and then we're not wasting
I'll
it.
just use my fingies to pull it off,
Yeah. I also am not a big fan of like fried chicken or anything like that. Like
Yeah, you're kind of weird about that.
I don't like bones, but I also love ribs. So I don't know. I'm
And
weird
you
about.
love chicken tendies.
I eat so much chicken, it's embarrassing. No chicken is safe around me. But the chicken, like with the bones in it, like wings, I don't like it. But I'll eat chicken breast and chicken stuff all day long. Really,
I'm sorry.
all day
All right.
long. But yeah, there's something about the foul bones that I don't care for.
Yeah, I feel that. Never have we ever rented a Surrey bike in Disney. And you know what, you guys? I'm really disappointed in us because we were at Old Key West last time and they have Surrey bikes. And day 1, 2, 3, 4, every single day we were like, oh, we still need to do that. Let's do it. We're going to do it. And guess Freaking what? We
Didn't
never
do
did
it. We
We never did it.
for years, every place that has them, we're like, this is the trip. We're going to do it.
We were on the boardwalk recently. We were like, oh, we'll do it.
I even brought a special little thing for my GoPro so I could attach it to our Surrey bike. Because I was like, we're going to do it. This is going to happen. Didn't do it.
It's just hard with young kids, you know? Not the bike itself, just doing anything.
Yeah, just being alive. Being alive. Gone up in the Aerophile balloon.
You know
at
which
Disney
one that
Springs.
is? We had to look up the name recently. We were like, what is that even called? Aerophile balloon, the
Yeah.
big one at Disney Springs.
It is so cool. You can see it from a distance. From a distance. How many songs can we fit into this? It's not even all that much, I don't think. It's $10 maybe?
No, it's got to be more.
Is
than
it more
that,
than
right?
that? Maybe it's like $30.
Maybe it's like 100. Let's just look it up.
But it's one of those things that I'm like, if you and maybe the next time you and I go by ourselves, we try and do that. Because I get nervous, and there's
Gigi
probably
wants to do it. $30 plus tax for adults 10 and up. 25, age 3 to 9. There you go.
okay. That adds up quickly, but
It would, yeah, but again, for one of those experiences that we've always wanted to
Yeah.
do, definitely would be worth it. But
yeah,
one of these days.
we'll do it.
Gigi, really, we cannot leave her out. She would be.
That's true. Felicity's a wild card. She makes me nervous. They probably have like a cage around it though.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they're letting 3-year-olds, etc., like yeah.
Any hoozle. Okay, your turn.
Never have I ever done the pearl thing. This is how I wrote it. Pearl thing at Mitsukoshi. I'm not even really sure what it is, but every time I see someone doing it, I'm like, what? I'm like watching where they like get the pearl.
I think you pick a clam, right, or
I
a
don't know.
thing.
Is that what you do?
An oyster, and they there's a bunch of them, and you pick one out, and then they open it to see if there is a pearl inside, and you get to keep the pearl if there is one.
And it's a paid for experience, but I'm like, that's so cool. It's such a unique, very specific thing. So
Yeah.
I would love to eventually do it.
Yeah.
For years, ever since we started going long ago, I remember hearing about it. And
Yeah. And it always looks like so much fun.
it does.
I really want to do that at some point. And yeah.
I would say it looks like medium fun.
You think so? I feel like they
Like
make
the
it seem like it's
Aerophile
really
fun looks like a lot of fun. The pearl picking expedition just looks like medium fun. But I like the idea of getting the pearl at the end and like maybe like, can you put it on a necklace? Like, I don't know. How's that work? There's a lot of research we need to do.
so much to just go in and be like, let's do it. Okay, so this is one, Cirque du Soleil. I want to see this so badly. I wanted to see the old La Nuba.
Mm-hmm.
Never did. Then they have now changed it to Drawn to Life. And I'm like, okay, that is such a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a couple different Cirque du Soleils throughout the years, but how have we not gone to the Disney one? I love this, that they do it, that they didn't just get rid of it. They still have it. My mom went and she said she loved it. And she said the theater was like half empty. So like, it's not very, I mean, I think it's relatively easy to get a ticket.
Yeah.
But we've got to go over and do it. I'm sure it's one of those things that we go and be like, oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Yeah. Maybe we do it on our next trip for real. Maybe we also do the Surrey bike and the Aerophile. It's just a big trip of never have I drop a ton of money. That would be
all these.
A lot of these, are
experiences.
paid for.
I'm gonna have a turkey leg on the Aerophile balloon.
Yeah, actually, I think almost all of these.
My new pearl to the Cirque du Soleil show.
Single pearl.
Okay.
Okay. Never have we ever stayed at Shades of Green or even been to.
Not
Shades
even
of
walked
Green.
in. Yeah.
No. Or the Treehouse Villas, which is definitely like bucket list. Would love to stay there. I know your mom would. She's talked about that too. It'd be so fun. And it's almost folklore to me. The Treehouse Villas specifically feel like folklore because they've been there a long time. They're part of the Shades of Green, right? Like they're in that.
No, they're part of Saratoga Springs.
Okay. Well, either way, it's like folklore to me, where it doesn't feel like it's quite real. Like I've seen some with my own eyes on the boat.
Yep.
I remember, and I was like, oh,
there they are.
Do exist. But thank you. But yeah, they seem so cool. If you've never looked up photos of them, they're just so unique. Like and I don't even know that I know anyone personally that stayed there.
I don't think so. They're huge.
They're huge.
And you can actually
There's like bridges that connect and
you can actually, they have ones that connect. So you can if you can rent out like two, like if you have like 20 people going.
Oh my gosh.
And then I know that'd be so fun. We've got to do it.
I know.
We've been trying to convince my brother to go to Disney for a million years. If we can get him to go, we can all go. Oh, that'd be so fun.
It'd be so fun.
Mini golf. We've never done either of the mini golf courses there. I don't think I've been mini golfing anywhere
in like 20 years.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, have we been to one of them way early on? Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I feel like there was a time, like, and I'm talking like first or second trip we ever took together, that perhaps we went to one of them because it was a day that we weren't, like, we only had a few days of park tickets. So we were like finding things to do that weren't as expensive on the off days. But it was, I mean, I'm talking, it would have been like 15 years ago.
I feel like if we did, I would have pictures of it.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
I don't have any pictures of us doing that.
Yeah, maybe. But either way, we should do it again though.
Yeah.
There's
Or for the
Fantasia
first time.
Gardens and then Winter Summerland, or
Yep.
those are the two.
The Fantasia Gardens and Winter Summerland. That sounds right.
I love the names of those. It's so whimsical.
It used to be that they had like those magical extras cards and it was free. So maybe that's when we did it. If we did it. But
Oh my gosh, you just unlocked that core
don't-
memory of magical extras cards.
I don't think maybe we did. If we did,
Oh
it
my
was a
gosh.
long time ago.
We need to do an episode literally just like called Remember When, and either it's a topic or it's just like us going back and forth like, hey, remember when they used to have,
Do you remember
Exactly.
when you were in that movie? That was awesome.
That was awesome. Never have I ever gone to Jelly Rolls. It's dueling pianos, right?
Which is such a shame.
Well, and that's like our favorite. I mean, we love, especially if we're on a cruise ship and there's a dueling piano bar, anything, any kind of piano bar.
Yeah.
We are there 100%.
Down.
Singing along, requesting songs. That I really do think we're going to do on our next trip we talked about. Remember?
Doing 100%.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to think of, it doesn't matter. I was in Hawaii for a second. Go ahead.
That sounds great.
Go ahead.
Let me see you jelly roll.
Sorry, I lost my mind just for a moment. Carry on.
Please stand clear.
No, I know that there's and then the boat rides dining hall. We've got to go over there.
What you talking
Not boat
about?
rides. No, what is it called? The dance place, the dance hall.
Not boat rides dining hall.
That's
That's
Port
at Port
Orleans,
Orleans. Okay.
Welcome to the Disneyville podcast, episode 23. We're restarting. Guys.
What? But wait, what is it?
It says dance hall on the side. What is it called though?
How do I look it up? Atlantic Dance Hall.
That's what it
Woo.
is. What boat rides is it? Port Orleans Riverside, right?
Google, by the way, so this is just funny because every time we'll look something up on Disney, like it'll go to Disney's site and I'll see it on there, whatever. But if you look at the actual Google like thing for Atlantic Dance Hall, it just says serves great cocktails, has dancing, large, colorful 1940s style nightclub playing modern music and featuring water views. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we love piano bars. We've got to make it a point to get over there.
Mm-hmm.
The Main Street vehicles. They've always got the old school cars and like the bus and stuff like that. Never done any of those. Disneyland, Disney World.
And they were literally passing us by the other day, and I'm like, they're empty. Like we could just pop right on there. But yeah, it's just one of those things that, well, again, usually we have the stroller, so we're like, if we get on, then we got to walk back to get the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But same with the train. Like if we're wanting to take the train from like Fantasyland to the front, it's like,
Yeah.
well, one of us is walking this back, so
We got to take a whole
either you
loop.
do the whole loop or yeah,
We're in our parent of young kid era.
that's right. Things will change. I have never been on like, don't they have like horse and carriages? And just
Horse and
taking
carriages.
a carriage with horse. But on that same vein, I've never seen, I saw someone posting a video, I think it was one of your agents actually. Someone posted a video of like the footmen all dressed up with the carriage for someone's wedding. Like they were going to pick up the bride or whatever it is. So it's the horse and carriage and all of them are dressed like Cinderella footmen going to go pick up the bride, I assume. And I've never witnessed that with my own two eyes, and that would be so cool to see.
I've seen the carriage, but I don't know if I've seen them like in costume and stuff. That's
Oh
cool.
my gosh.
Oh, that's very
They're
cool.
white finery.
We wrote down specifically the Behind the Seeds tour, but any of the tours. We've never done Keys to the Kingdom. We haven't done Behind the Seeds. We haven't done the Animal Treks. They have an Animal Kingdom. They have so many. They have one Animal Kingdom Lodge they do. There are so many tours that they have that I think all look so cool, and we've never done any of them.
I know. So those were all of our Never Have I Evers. We want to share what you guys submitted because some of these were so good and we could just add them to our own list after going through them. Like, ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Jordan, our friend Jordan, hey, she said, never have I ever been to Tom Sawyer Island. Why is it even there? So this is one we've only gone to a few times. And again, it's like, oh, we're going to go to that today. But it always feels like it's such a to-do. Like you have to be very intentional because you have to get on the little boat to get over there. And then you like play. It's kind of playground-esque without actually being a playground.
Yeah. And it's fun. Every time we've gone over, it is a fun place. And I think it's one of those places that like they have that little porch with like rocking chairs. I like just the idea of like, if you have, maybe it's your second day in Magic Kingdom, you have a little bit of time to kill, like just going over and just enjoying being there. Just taking a minute and just watching the boats go by, watching the people go by.
Literally watching the parade go by.
Yeah, I really do enjoy going over there, but we just haven't done it very much. But we kept saying this time we were going to do it because I feel like our girls would love it right now. But it's just so hard when we're trying to do all the things. But yeah, I would like to get over there. Katie Benda said, "Seen the fireworks. I know, crazy. I'm always ready to leave or want to ride rides with low weights."
Oh, yeah.
I get that.
Gosh, you've never...
But you got to do it. Just
at least
once.
pick one and stay, you know?
Just once, do it. They're pretty good.
So good.
Pretty good.
Leah DJ Park said, tried the kitchen sink at Beaches and Cream. I'm not sure I want to. In fairness, it is a lot. Like, it's a lot. I've watched families of 5 not be able to take it down. We did the Mickey Pants, which is a lot smaller, and we were able to make a pretty good dent in that. And you still get like a cute little, it looks like Mickey Pants. So I feel like that's the perfect one, even for like 4 or 5 people to share. It's plenty.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've never technically, I guess, done the kitchen sink either.
Yeah, I don't have 12 friends. That's the thing.
I know,
need to,
right?
You gotta have
gosh.
you need a group.
You need a football team there to help.
Yeah, this one I get. Michelle Monica said rope drop. Always too tired to do that.
Yeah.
It always seems like such a good idea until that alarm goes off at like 5:30 and you're like, okay, I gotta get up. Gotta get ready.
Why did we stay for the fireworks last night?
Yeah.
It is. That is hard. I'm always amazed at people that will rope drop multiple days in a row.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you doing this? Did you go to sleep at 6 p.m.? Like, incredible.
That's right.
Am Deer 1107 said, stayed in the castle suite. Of course, me and the rest of the world. That would be cool, though. Yeah. I mean, it would be so cool. What do they do with it?
I know. Well, for
Like
a while,
right tonight, what are they doing with it? You
for
know,
a while they were doing where they picked one family and they went in, and I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. Maybe celebrities do stay there sometimes.
maybe they do make a
but I'm
wish
like,
things.
Make a wish, but I'm like, yeah, there's got to be something they're doing with it because otherwise, it's this
It's just beautiful.
insanely amazing amenity that like it's not being used. It's got to be used, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like they used to talk about it more. They don't
Yeah.
talk about it very often anymore. I feel like, unless I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Would be cool though.
Kelsey in Sutter said, went to the Boardwalk Jelly Rolls Abracadabra. That's exactly what we were just talking about. We got to do it. We got to make it a point.
It's hard too. I'm realizing I'm like, if you're going to be staying out late at night, if you're not staying near there, like other than locals maybe that could go there and whatever, but I feel like it's really hard to do because they are nighttime things. And if you have kids, you can't go after a certain hour. So it really narrows the playing field of when you can even go.
Yeah. Then
And
you
I think
can
that's
have an
been-
Uber to get back to your resort or whatever at the end. So it's some things to factor in.
Saror said, eat at Club 33. Someone get me in. I know. Right? That's that private club that you have to like know someone that knows someone that knows someone to even get in.
Someone
Someday.
on the 50th anniversary was so nice, saw me and said that they were willing to let me go in, but you were not there. And I'm like, I can't go in without Jessica because
You should have gone in.
you probably
babe.
would kill me.
You should have gone in.
I know that was probably one of the hardest decisions I ever had to
It was
make.
awfully nice.
But I'm like,
Very gentlemanly. You
that was
should have gone in.
so incredibly nice of that person.
Yes.
And I think about that a lot. That was so nice. Haley Constance said, not constantly aware of the strategically conveniently placed garbage bins. I think about that a lot too, because they always say the classic story was they did all these studies or whatever to figure out how many steps people would be willing to take to throw away garbage. And sometimes I'll be standing there with some garbage and I'm like, I should have placed that closer. They miscalculated my number of steps and I'll just throw it on the ground. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
Just throw my ice cream trash.
Instantly, a drone comes in and picks up the trash for you.
Your science was wrong. Should have done more studies, Disney. I'm walking 12 steps to throw this away.
Right. A.E. Degg said, I've never eaten at a sit-down restaurant at Epcot.
Ooh.
And okay, in fairness, Epcot's the perfect part to never sit down at a restaurant because there are not only some great quick service, but there are so many at any time of year. Festival booths. I mean...
Yeah. But at the same time, their table service restaurants
so
are the
good, too.
best table service restaurants.
You know what one I love? Spice Road Table. I really want to go back.
I know. Yeah, it's always tough.
You can
'cause-
almost always get reservations there too.
Ooh, okay. Fighting for a Cure said, never have I ever been on Navi River. She's been a Florida resident annual pass holder for 20 years. and hasn't gone. I feel like that's the one that we'll do more often because it's easy to hop on or to find times when it's not so long. So
Yeah.
it's a goodie. It's a
relaxing one, but it's just so beautiful.
It is. Yeah.
Festival for the senses. MK Vogue said, went to a water park, but I want to. It's been a while for us since we've gone to one of the Disney water parks. They really are so fun. I mean, they are a full theme park in themselves.
They really are.
Oh my gosh, we do need to go back.
I know. And again, we're a broken record. It's hard with young kids. Not that we couldn't do it, but that's part of the reason we haven't done it in a while. But in 2025, they're doing that special deal with the water parks. Contact your travel agent at peoplemovertravel.com and they can walk you through all the details. But that's part of I bet a lot of people feel that way. They just don't end up going, even though they're amazing.
And they're amazing for young kids. Like,
exactly,
we've been and we know there's plenty for them to do.
Yeah.
It's just, it always feels like such a to do. And then I'm like, oh, well, we need to get back from nap time, whatever. But they are incredible. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just want to get a nice giant ice cream there. And then like after that, go on the lazy river.
Oh, that's the stuff of dreams right there.
Hannah DeBeck says, never been on the Astro Orbiter. I know, it's the lift. It scares me. And also, you know our feelings about the elevator and the cockroaches. I don't even know if she means the lift is in the elevator. It could also be the literal lift of the Astro Orbiter. It's like kind of high up and it's a little bit scary. Like, it's a little bit more of a thrill ride than I think most people realize. At least it is to me.
I would agree. Yeah.
It's like the swings, but way higher up in the air.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's a good one, though. Mm-hmm. Rebecca A. Nicole 3 said, drank around the world, just not Disney to me. Maybe 1 to 2, but all 11 I can't handle.
Oh my gosh, who could?
But you'll see people with the check marks and stuff like that. They'll get a drink in every country.
If they're sharing, though.
Maybe, because I'm like, we've never gotten close to that. I mean, 11.
You just could not.
It's a lot to try.
I really don't know how someone would. I feel like if you split it, or even like if you had a group of 3 or 4 of you and you were like each splitting each one.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
Because there's no way. I mean,
but you see a lot of people doing it.
Yeah. V. Rajewski, I don't know if I said that right. Never have I ever stood standby for Flight of Passage. Me neither. And you could insert a few like big daddies. Like,
we did when it very first opened, because do you remember, speaking of drinking, it was all the way like through the park. We waited for like 3 hours because it had just opened. And they had a beer cart in the middle of the queue.
That beer cart was the biggest.
Everybody that went by
line I've ever seen in my life.
But it was so smart because they literally, like, as you walked up, just standing in the queue, then you would like kind of stand there. I'll take a beer,
please. I'll take a Mickey bar. I think we also got ice cream.
You keep on in the queue. And
then they have the bathroom in the queue for when that beer has gone through you and you're ready. That really was smart because that was a long wait. And you weren't even in the line. You had a lot longer just out in the park in the line, if that made any sense.
Yeah. Emily Hall.
Hey, Em.
Good friend, Emily Hall, said, gotten to try those egg rolls you said were amazing.
Girl.
You find a cheap flight and you get down there because they are worth it. They're so good.
Yeah, one day you guys will actually go to Disney with us. How about that? And then we'll have the egg rolls.
Yeah, so if you don't know,
so good.
Ben and Emily are best friends.
Yeah.
I've known Ben since I was 3 years old. They have been to Disney twice now, both times without us. Not cool.
Not cool at all.
Not cool.
We do have a big trip with them, not to Disney, but elsewhere planned this summer. So I guess that'll make up for it. They love Sadie maybe. I'm so sorry. I've never done Bippity Boppity Boutique. Yeah, me either. We were talking about making it a tradition with the girls, like when they go into kindergarten, like if we go on a trip that year of kindergarten, that can be the time they get to do it.
Yeah.
And I did mention that to Genevieve because she's starting kindergarten. She's very excited. So at some point in the next year, we'll have to do that.
And that'll be
very special because it's expensive.
It is.
And
especially if you do like the dress and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Eyes of the South said, never have I ever spent an evening at Fort Wilderness with Chippendale. I have to say, top 10, honestly, maybe, top 10 memories in Disney, being at Fort Wilderness, staying in the cabin, and doing the Chippendale sing-along campfire songs. It's like a whole show, first of all. It's free, second of all.
They've got a guy with a guitar, and he gets up there and sings.
And then, of course, there's Chippendale running around. Then you can do s'mores and stuff like that.
It was so fun.
That was so much fun.
And it's one of the last free things you can do in Disney.
Yeah, really.
It is so fun. Photo DLO said, my husband's first Disney trip, he wanted a turkey leg, first bite, instant regret.
I feel vindicated. Thingamabob Ear Co. Love the name. scuba diving at the seas in Epcot. The only reason I'd consider getting scuba certified. I love that. That is so cool. We saw some people too, and I don't even think it was the scuba diving. We saw some people in the seas, but they were like standing, I think up to like their neck, and I think they were having like a close encounter with dolphins or something. I don't know what it actually was. Maybe it was all cast members for all I know, but it looked really cool. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
And we were seeing it from below. We're like, oh, look at all of them. The dolphins will be all dolphiny cute. That was cool.
That was very cool. Catherine Copper said, taking a private boat out on the water for the fireworks would be so cool and unique. I booked that a couple times for my clients, but that would be fun to do. You'll see the boats out there just kind of meandering around, and you can see the fireworks from Seven Seas Lagoon. Okay, I know I've said this before, but this is the hardest part because this is an amazing quote unquote problem to have. You guys always send in so many awesome answers. And I'm like, we can make each episode like 2 hours long because there's so many good, and it's always so hard to narrow down. So
I know.
I always want you to know that if you submit something and we don't read it, I'm sorry, because there's just
so many good ones.
There's literally hundreds every time we do this, and it's such an awesome thing. So thank you for every time you guys submit. It really is fun to read through these. So we just screenshotted.
I know what you wanted to say.
A few extra ones. So Libby Dio Giovanni, hopefully I said that right, says ridden in an amphibicar. Yes, Jess, it absolutely should be spelled that way.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Vindicated yet again. Thanks, guys. I'm feeling great.
Coming through.
Yeah. Everything's coming up Jesse today. You look at him.
Sorry.
Did you freeze? What?
I thought you were going to go. It was your turn. So
I wanted to talk about the amphibicars more.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I really want to do that. I think that would be so much fun. How many people can fit in it?
I think
because do you drive it?
No, there's a driver.
Okay.
So then 3 or 4.
Is it an amphibian? Someone should be dressed as an amphibian driving the amphibicar. There's still time. Your move said, tried the gray stuff. It's delicious? ? I went to acting school. I can't read a question. It is delicious. I feel like it's a little whipped creamy. And it is. And I love that. But I think if you're not into like almost like a cream pie filling, you might not like it. But I absolutely love it.
It's very good. Yeah. I should have gone to an acting school. That seems clear. _Mara.Elizabeth_ said, never have I ever rode the Carousel of Progress. Tried, it broke down.
Oh.
First scene played 5 times.
That'll mess you up for good. That's a trauma right there.
That made me laugh. And I want to know, was it the scene where they come up and they're like, no other production in the American theater has ever been done more than this?
And I'm like, or is it the actual people?
And I'm always like, I don't think this is a theatrical production. I think it's that's just me.
They're not real.
No one's ever done more productions. I'm like, it's not a production. They're animatronics. Anyway, as a theater person, I'm always like,
that is hilarious though. What would be the worst scene to see over and over again?
I think it would be fun to see, not fun, but the very final scene, because the oven explodes and all that stuff. See how that would be fun. I always look for it when you're first like going around to that scene. You can usually see a little bit of smoke left from the previous scene.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, we wrote it this last time and I loved every bit of it. The girls were great.
Yeah.
They were enraptured by it. Yeah. Okay, B Tweety 04 said, I've never seen Fantasmic, but we have the dinner package this trip. Thanks, Jordan. Oh,
nice. Okay, good.
People travel. We love Fantasmic so much. We love it so much. So much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's every time we go. There's certain
I cry at certain times every time.
Yep.
Genevieve, at least at this point, knows which times I'm going to cry and looks over at me. And she's like, you crying? I'm like, yeah. Stop looking at me.
Well, and they also watch it on TV or on YouTube a lot,
and I cry even then.
Ugh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Kristen on Main Street said, played mini golf. My husband is dying too. Same. We've got to make it a point to do that.
I got to look up like which one we want to try.
Yeah.
You know? Ashaley said she's never had a silhouette made on Main Street. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently, and our sister-in-law has had them made in Disneyland of their kiddo, and I think she did end up getting one made in Disney World. Oh, no. No, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Why did I feel like she did? Well, anyway.
They got an updated one, which
maybe that's what it is when we were. It is adorable.
Yeah.
It is so, so cute. It's like in a little frame. Like,
It's
oh
one of
my
those things
gosh.
they've been doing forever, but for some reason it's having a moment right now. Like I don't know why, but it's
sure,
just like
social media.
I'm sure that's true.
But it is a very cute keepsake. It's kind of hard though. Like you have to get in there and get basically in the queue at a certain time when they're actually doing it, and it's like a whole thing.
This person, travel. Robert, which by the way, I specifically chose this one because I thought that screen name was so funny, and in my head, and I don't know where the idea came from, but in my head it's like Homer Simpson talking about donuts, going, donuts. And he's, travel. Anyway, it's probably isn't it. Anyway, never have I ever gone horseback riding in Fort Wilderness. Still not sure I'd even want to. That actually is something that would be so fun. I love horseback riding, and I think that would be. You've only gone horseback riding once in your life, right? When you were
At
with
least
your
once,
friend on your
yeah.
trip. I think I love horseback riding. Horses were my animal as a kid, and so it's one of my all-time favorite things. And I don't know why the idea of doing it in Disney, I never think about doing it at Fort Wilderness, but we totally should.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I love horses.
You made it sound like you had horses as a kid.
No, but the horses.
No,
were
I got you. Yeah. I had to think about it. I was like, did you? I'm like, no, you didn't. I know where you live. Where would the horses have been?
Just in my imagination.
That's right.
My porcelain horses. I had a whole shelf of horses. My porcelain horselins. More Orange said, had any chill when I see the castle. Always tears.
I know.
The idea that wording made me laugh. Had any chill. I have no chill when I see the castle. All tears all the time.
I know.
Brittany Llewell said, resort hopped on the monorail. Sounds fun, but a little stressful with a toddler and a baby.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it is stressful because you have to go through security. That's the one thing. But I will say, like, our girls love doing it, and because you can ride the monorail in between them, obviously. It's so nice. You just kind of hop on, and then you just take your stroller right off of it. So I was just specifically bringing this one up. So, like, don't let that stop you. It actually is a lot of fun. And our girls have always liked it.
Yeah, well, and if you, like, need something, like, think of something you could do at each one. Like, at one of them, you could get, like, an ice cream treat from the quick service. And then at the next one, you could look for a penny machine and have the kids do the penny machine at that one. And, thinking of something for them to look forward to. Also, I know we've mentioned in the past, but, like, Etsy and all kinds of sites have scavenger hunts for different resorts.
Yep.
I'm sure there are resort loop scavenger hunts for kids. So you might pay $1 to download it and then print it and have it with you or have it on your phone, whatever. I just feel like there's so much you could do that actually could be fun with little kids.
Well, and even like the Polynesian, when you first walk out to the back, they've got that big open green space. The girls love running around there and crawling around and all that kind of stuff. So just to say, if you have a chance, do it.
Yeah.
Emily Desmond Music, who wrote the theme song to Tyler Travels TV. I have a theme song. Did you know that?
I did know that.
How many people do you know have their own theme song? Not many, right?
Only you, I
Just
think.
me.
It is pretty awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty good.
That's one of my favorite fun facts. Like when people are like 3 things about me, I'm like, I have my own theme song.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Or like 2 Truths and a Lie.
That's what I meant. 2 Truths and a Lie. Like I have my own theme song. I once sang with Madonna. I don't know. Anyway, Emily Desmond Music said, ridden the land. Not sure if I should or if I've missed the boat on that. Pun intended.
I love it.
All right. There's so many more, but they're so good. I love doing these episodes where
I do too. And we, like he said, we so appreciate you guys inputting, and we try to look for names we don't read all of the time because there's a lot to weed through, but and a lot of times there might be like the same answer multiple times. So we just pick one to read.
Okay. So we always try and read a review at the end of each episode because they mean more to us than you guys probably know.
Yeah,
so
they really, every once in a while, if we're having a bad day, we can read through some of these reviews and they make us smile.
Yeah. So Be Happy and You said, my comfort couple. Love these two so much. I'm so happy they started season 2, always making us laugh with them and learning new information of all things Disney. Very entertaining and fun to listen in every week.
Thank you so much.
That is so nice.
Also, that's right. I forgot we were going to call this season 2 since we took a break.
Yeah. Which, again, it's just that kind of worked out well. But
yeah, it did.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Disneyville podcast, episode 23. We're going to be at 100 before you know it.
I know.
Anything else to talk about?
Just that if you're watching this, the lights went out again, as usual. So I literally ordered new lights.
Yeah.
They're ordered. They're coming. I'm like, we got to put an end to this.
for as long as we've been doing this, we still have no clue what we're doing.
It is amazing how you could do something for so long and not know anything. I've learned absolutely nothing in 10 years.
You know what? I think that's just a getting older thing though too, because the older I get, the more I realize I don't know, and I don't know anything.
I've definitely now have the wisdom to not make any big grandstanding opinions on anything, because you will almost always be proven wrong. Not necessarily in a bad way. Or you'll learn something else that changes your thoughts or your opinions.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was younger, and like anyone I know that's like maybe a little younger, a little more immature, they always make these huge, like grandstanding thoughts and opinions. That was my keyword I wanted to talk to you about. Here we are, we're talking about it in front of everyone else. But I've definitely now have the wisdom to just not do that because
and it's
too
funny,
many times your mind is changed,
you
which
see,
is good.
like our nieces and nephews, like that are college age, you know, same kind of thing. A lot of grandstanding opinions, and I'm like, that's everyone does this. You know, when you're that age, you know everything. You know, I mean, all these adults are just such idiots. And I remember adults looking at me like, oh, that little idiot. And now I'm looking at all of them like, oh, those little idiots.
I know. It's fun to be on the other side, honestly.
You don't know nothing. And but you know what? I bet, 70, 80-year-olds look at us 30-year-olds and they're like, you don't know nothing.
But that must be the beauty of life, that you just gain so much wisdom as you get older. And I love that.
Yeah. But it's even like piano too. Like the better I get at piano, the more I realize how terrible I am. Because I'm like, gosh, people who really know how to play piano must look at like what I do, and they're like, oh, this guy, he's terrible. But people who don't play piano at all, they're like, this guy's pretty good. So the more you know, the more you realize, I don't know nothing. Anyway.
Okay.
All righty.
Well, that was our little tidbit for the end.
Philosophical
hour with Tyler and Jessica.
All right. See ya.
Bye. Love you.